Hey everyone, you've got Arleos the Dwarf Paladin here, and today we are going over the completion of the legendary weapon. So here is us killing it, and it finally dropped for me, so we're quite a few weeks in, and I'm getting it now, although I'm a Holy Paladin, so what does it really matter? But we're going to go through the steps that you need to complete the weapon, what the material list is, and just kind of step by step, fairly quickly through everything. So first thing you get when you get the weapon, you go ahead and try to equip it. It burns your fingers and then starts a quest. So we are going to get started with the quest chain because it is lengthy, a little bit expensive, but most of it is just a lot of time-consuming steps. So thank you very much for watching, and let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so we are finally out of the raid, and we are now able to go do the first part of the Shadow Flame Axe, or that's the name of the quest, rather. So you got the drop off of Fyrakk, you tried to equip it, it burnt your fingers when you tried to hold the axe, and now we have to do the quest for it. So it changed the axe into this Fyr'Alath The Dreamrender quest item, and the first thing sends us just outside of the Algathar Academy. So let's go ahead and fly over there. Alright, here we go. So in the bottom of the tower, we've got this guy with a cool little quest on top of his head. This is legendary.
I can always find the funds for a new expedition. I am sure I have forgotten more than I've learned.
Obtain Symbolic Glowspore Grip, a Rune Shadow Binding, and Concentrated Sophic Vellum. I will accept.
I consider myself a patron of learning.
So now these pieces are going to pop up for what I need to do for them.
For knowledge.
Wrathion doesn't seem to think that we should wield it. Alrighty. So the first one for the Symbolic Glowspore Grip, we're heading to the Onaran Plains. Consecrated Sophic Vellum for the enchanting piece is also sending us to the Onaran Plains. And for the Rune of Shadow Binding, we're heading to the Azure Span. So we get to decide where we're going to go first. There we go. Right at the Azure Archives.
Goddess bless you. Go in peace.
We need to collect this from powerful foes through the Emerald Dream. Okay, so we're handling the taut tether coil. So we need to collect these from powerful foes in the Emerald Dream. So you will have an item, which you'll need to channel on a rare spawn that's in the Emerald Dream. When you channel it, you do have to make sure that you are out of combat before you start the channel. So if you're killing rare spawns or you come up on them, make sure you do your channel before you engage the target. So you channel it, it's going to put a beam on you. You do also want to make sure that you do not have any stop cast macros and that you do not hit escape while you are fighting the mob. So you'll have a little tether between you and the mob. If you hit escape, it will mess up this quest for you. So you kill the rare spawns, they're going to drop 50 of the taut tether coil. So you do have to kill quite a few rare spawns. The last boss from any of the super blooms will count. There is also a quest that can come up. It lasts for half an hour, where you kill some small mobs and it will force a big mob to spawn. So you can just farm those over and over again, kill the little guys, wait for the rare spawn, and make sure you channel on it before you kill it. That's probably the easiest way to do it, because you can just spam doing that one, and it's much easier to solo compared to the regular rare spawns in the zone. Okay, so it's called Emerald Frenzy, is one of the daily quest events that'll come up. And in the Emerald Frenzy, you can kill some mobs, and then it'll spawn a rare spawn. This rare spawn that spawns is something that you can easily solo. It takes a lot less time than the regular rare spawns in the zone, and you can do kind of that over and over again for the 30 minutes while that's up. So I would recommend using that method to farm it. It'll be a lot quicker, but this is going to take you a little bit of time to do. So if you're just going around collecting regular rare spawns, it can take a few hours, but do the Emerald Frenzy event, and it does speed it up quite a bit for you. Alright, we've arrived in the Onaran Plains at the Enchanting Person. Now this one we need to collect some flecks of ash, and this requires us to disenchant some epic items. So hopefully you've saved, I don't know, 10 or 12 epic pieces. Now there is a 5-minute cooldown on this. You get an enchanting rod in your bags. You right click on the rod and then you click on an epic piece of gear. Ideally not the gear you want to wear. This is extra gear because it will turn it into a little quest item dust. So there's a 5-minute cooldown, so you can't do this all at once. There's a little bit of a gate on it. You get anywhere from 1 to 3 of these flecks. I think it took me 12 epic pieces to get mine done. And just kind of in between the other stuff that you're doing, that's what you do. Every 5 minutes you want to go and turn another piece into dust. Okay, so you finished disenchanting your items to get your 20 radiant flecks. You can get, I got anywhere from 1 to 3 for each item that I disenchanted using the Ashen Dowsing Rod. Once you get your 20, you fly back out to the Onaran Plains and turn in the quest. We've now got the prototype order vellum. Craft or obtain the Sophic vellum.
Our era has come.
So, we were given some notes, which allows us to target an enchanter, and then you can right-click this, and it's going to give that enchanter the pattern for the recipe that you need to craft for 30 minutes. Share the notes with a friendly enchanter and temporarily teach them how to craft Shalazar's Sophic vellum. Enchanter must be in the same party, so invite them to your party, target them, right-click, it teaches them the pattern for 30 minutes, and then you submit a crafting order to get that done. Crafting order people now,
My goods are crafted
and we're
with
looking
great
for the
care.
Shalazar's Sophic vellum. I have mine saved here, so you may just have to search for it. You're going to want to put a personal order. You could put in a public if you want, but ideally you want to put in the name of the person that you just cast it on. I've actually got it on my alt, so I'm going to send it to myself. The main thing you have to provide is the prototype order vellum. Obviously, if you're sending this to just some random person, you're going to want to make sure that you include all the materials. I have the materials on my alt already, so I'm not going to include anything. And then for your commission, as big as you want, I've had people tip me 500 gold, I've had people tip me 25,000 gold, so whatever you think is fair for your crafter, I'm sending it to my alt and want to lose as little commission as possible, so I'm just going to put a gold in there. And we will send it to them to get it completed. Okay, so we've turned in the enchanting piece now. It is going to put us on the next quest, which gives us something called Shalazar's Sophic vellum. So you're going to click on this vellum. It's going to launch some fireballs up in the air, and then it's going to tell you that you need 10 different primals to turn in the next part of the quest. So you probably want to be next to an auction house when you're doing this, or have a whole bunch of them with you. The Awakened Essences, is what you need. And you do have to complete this 20 times. So it's on a 5-minute cooldown. You have to do it 20 times in order to complete this step of the quest. So another little bit of a money sink. Again, 10 Awakened Essences each time. So it'll cost you anywhere from 100 gold to maybe 1,000 gold, depending on what kind of essence it is demanding. So one thing to watch for here, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'm standing in Valdraken right now. So it launches little fireballs up. It's going to put an extra action button that tells me what kind of essence I need to obtain. So right now it says Awakened Earth. So I need to go grab 10 Awakened Earth. You've got 5 minutes to do this. So basically as long as the cooldown is. Prices keep going up on these things. So I purchased 10 Awakened Earth. Use it immediately. Now, if you're sort of AFK doing it, this is not the last step. So after you turn the 10 Awakened Earth in, there is an extra action button now for Return the Resolved Element. I was just sort of AFK earlier doing this, and I forgot to click this button. If you don't click this within 5 minutes, it is wasted. It doesn't give you any percentage for the quest. So make sure you do click that extra action button again, and that is going to bump you up an extra 5%. So again, you're going to have to do this 20 times, so make sure you're either having a stockpile of essences or you're near the auction house. There doesn't appear to be any rhyme or reason that I can tell for what type of essence it chooses, but I've had fire, earth, and air. Fire, earth, air, and frost are the ones that I've had to select. It's nice when you get earth because they're pretty cheap right now. Handling it, Symbiotic Glowspore Grip. So this is the other one in the Onaran Plains. It sends you to this lovely Master Leatherworker. This is where we actually get the Leatherworker item from. So we'll turn in the quest, and he will tell us what we need. We need to complete the Shadow Dream Leaf from completing objectives in the Super Bloom. Alright, so this is where we are now collecting Shadow Dream Leaf. So every time you complete a Super Bloom, even before you complete this quest, so if you are just on the pointer quest to him, you'll still collect them. We are now using our Tattered Dream Leaf, which we've received from completing a Super Bloom on a friend. It's going to give them a quest, and if they complete a Super Bloom and loot 3 bags, either all in one Super Bloom or across multiple, then they will get a quest complete. It gives them an item they can use on you to give you a 50% increase drop for your Shadowed Dreamleaf. So you ideally want to get a friend who will use the buff on you and not themselves or somebody else. So that's why you don't want to just go dropping it on random people. And hopefully it's busy enough that we get 3 bags in this one dream. So now we are just completing the super blooms over and over again to complete the legendary piece that we're working on. So I need 200 Shadowed Dreamleaf that I get from the super bloom, and then I'm using my taut tether coil on the last boss in the dream or in the super bloom to get my few tether coil. So you can also go to other rare spawns or complete the Emerald Frenzy events. Yeah, these are the 2 that we're getting right now. We've collected all of our Shadowed Dreamleaf, and we're now turning in the quest.
May your path be prosperous. You will find what you
Now we
seek.
need to find us a leather worker who will allow us to do the craft. So find a leather worker friend, cast it on them, and put in your crafting order to complete.
Let me have a look
Our
at
leather
you.
worker has completed the craft for us for the Erden Dreamleaf grip. This is the cheaper of the crafted pieces
Have
anyway.
anything to trade?
We will turn this one in and power the grip while surviving its union with Fyr'Alath.
You will find. Come again.
Need some cooling salve. You can make some glow spores, turn them into cooling salve. Really, I'm just going to have somebody heal me through it when I do it. Alright, hopefully you found yourself a healer friend, or if you are a healer, you can actually heal yourself, because I'm going to do it right now. So, Paladin heals. Let's go ahead and pop our stuff. We do need to survive for 10 seconds as it burns us deeply. Hopefully we got enough heals that it doesn't kill us. There we go. So you just need to do that 10 times. Okay, we've finished the next part,
Let
ready
me
for
see
turn
what I
in.
have in stock.
The glow spore grip has
Remember
been
my name.
completed. Alrighty, the only piece we have left now is the inscription piece. Okay, so we have finished killing our rare spawns. I kind of did it the lazy way. I mostly just hung around the blooms at the last boss and waited and tagged it each time. But you can go actually rare spawn hunting if you want to, or do the frenzied little dailies that come up. I was only able to get about 2 rare spawns per one that happens, although I'm doing it as a healer.
What brings you
So we'll turn in our taut tether coils to get the next piece of the quest.
May the stars guide
We are now able to teach this to a scribe. So we will hearth back and get that made right now. So here's a quick list of the materials that we've got for the inscription piece. Again, one of the fairly costly ones that we have. I've already got the pattern set up on my alt, so I don't actually need to teach this to anyone. But if you do have an inscriptionist that you know, make sure it's someone who's got their resourcefulness gear on, because there's a chance you can get some of the materials back, or I guess a chance that they can get them back for you. So we are looking at LYD. Here's the binding rune. Got all the materials. We're going to send this to my alt. Arleos. I'm going to set the commission low. You can set the commission to whatever makes sense for you. Order has been placed. Let's go ahead and have this crafted. See if we get lucky and get anything back. That 77 Cosmic Ink. Alright, that part of the quest is complete. We can now go back out and turn that one in. Alright, we've had our piece crafted. We are now turning it in.
Fyr'Alath.
So we need to defeat a few bosses in order to complete this, to fully attune the item and receive the Rune of Shadow Binding. So we need to kill, what does it look like, the first 3 bosses: Gnarlroot, Igara the Cruel, and Volcross in a Mirrorsil. Alright, so we're giving this a try and looking for raid just to see if it works. As Gnarlroot pops out, we are going to tether ourselves to him. Here we go. So as soon as he is targetable, we can tether ourselves to him.
5.
Now we just have to
4,
defeat the boss. So again, I just did a quick looking for raid, so I don't have to worry about abandoning groups or whatever after I complete the quest. Okay, so we've defeated Gnarlroot. Now we just need Igara, and Volcross. Alright, so we're finishing the last boss here with our tethers. This should complete the quest for us.
Not even Ash will remember.
Now we need to head back to the Azure Archives. Okay, you've just finished the raid, you've tethered yourself to the 3 bosses that you need to, and we are ready to turn this part in to get the attuned rune of Shadow Binding. We now have to head back up in Thaldraszus near the Algathar Academy to turn it in. We'll get our handle completed. Alright, we return to the Azerothian Archives. In the very top of Thaldraszus here. Let's turn in all of these quests that we've been doing.
Curious mind. Light leads you on your quest.
Head to the Obsidian Citadel and ask the smith to forge the handle onto the axe. So this guy doesn't know that I'm already the best blacksmith in the game. He wants me to go find another one to forge it, I guess. Now we've flown over to the Obsidian Citadel looking for our smith over here.
Though I have been perhaps difficult at times, we've always worked
Good, he's letting
together.
me do the honors.
I am sure you will continue to support my efforts for the betterment of Azeroth.
Learn from the past. Look to the future.
So now we have to travel to Aberrus and complete the scenario A Hero's Resolve.
Azeroth faces many threats. We meet
Okay,
again.
we can now speak with Wrathion to bring us to Aberrus to complete the
Don't do
scenario.
anything I wouldn't
Now, you do have to have a two-handed weapon. I assume if you're doing the legendary quest that you would just have a two-handed weapon, but I was a healer, so I did not have one. So I went out and crafted myself a Draconium Great Axe, and we'll see what happens. A few moments later. Here we go. Oh, that's building up the shield. How about them apples? Alright, let's go check in with Wrathion.
We meet again, champion. Azeroth faces many threats.
There we have it. We now have the legendary axe. And just like that, we have completed the quest. So, I know it's a little bit of a longer video, but I tried to include every single step. I hope you guys found this helpful. And if you did, please drop a subscribe on the channel, looking to get over 1,000. And we will see you guys next time. Alright, enjoy cutting things down with the new legendary.